Come on. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on. Hey guys, welcome back to the good old Southern IA. It is fungicide time with the Hagie. And as you can see, Dad and I got a rear boom added to the STS-12. Sprayed about 130 acres with it yesterday. Right now we have an insanely busy week going on around here, trying to catch up after the rains that we've been getting. Fortunately for us around here, we have been getting those rains, but we're cutting oats this week. We're cutting a lot of hay this week, trying to get everything sprayed up, take advantage of the good week that we got coming with us. But today's video is all about spraying with the Hagie, putting some corn on some tassel and fungicide, or some corn on some tassel and fungicide. That'd be interesting. Putting some fungicide on some tassel and corn. Don't forget though, hey, we got new hats. They are up on the website. Check them out. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. We got 3 different styles. People have been wondering when the hats would be back. They're back. Only have a limited supply. Get them now. But wait, there's more. Oh yeah, I just had to say that. When we were waiting on this Hagie to fuel up here, I got some video clips of Dad and I installing this rear boom last Saturday. We'll roll those now, then we'll load up. We'll get to work. Come on, easy now. Look at that. Did you know that if you buy a wooden box from John Deere, that it comes with a free rear boom for your Hagie? Pro tip. Rear boom day. Have tips on them, just no tips. Clarify what this is for a second, is that it's basically a rear boom that will replace the center section boom. That way when you're spraying in tall crop, it doesn't spray the front windshield, it sprays up the back. You guys will see it here in a second. The ones on, not on the end, aim out. So we should have, they're not perfectly lined up. Okay, so update, we have the boom assembled here. Now we got to get the actual like arms that attach it to the Hagie. With these brackets up onto the sprayer so we can center the boom, and then we've got to run all the plumbing. I feel like we've done the easy part and the hard part's still to come. Got to put a connector here, right here, put a connector, run it up, and then it's got to go to a section ball. You got to put a ball valve in up here somewhere.
This hose would have the male on it, I think, because you'd want your female facing back.
This one. Yep, get plumbed.
That'd probably be better.
Okay, since these gals are parked next to each other right now, let's do a quick comparison between a DTS-10 and an STS, or I guess I should say a DTS and an STS, because I think they make a DTS-8. I actually know they make a DTS 8, or they made a DTS 8. I don't know if they're even making DTS 10s anymore. Okay, boom height, you get an extra like 1.5 feet of boom height on the machine itself. And I'd say that kind of correlates with the clearance of the sprayer. Let's go over here to the DTS 10 real quick. Yeah, the shy foot or so. The weight on the DTS, so much lighter than this sprayer. Power's a lot. I think this is barely 200 horsepower when this is like 305, I think. You have 34-inch rubber here, and you've got yourself 50-inch rubber here. All-wheel steer comes on this. The newer ones have all-wheel steer. And don't get me wrong, it's like I'd like to run one of their newer DTS 10s, because these things, these DTS series, they're little rocket ships. I mean, they're light, they're nimble, they work really good in smaller fields, like beautiful. And if the newer ones steer and ride like this one, same kind of style of suspension, airbags are up there. The new ones, I think they put the airbags down here by the wheels. I don't know if that's a good deal or not, because you know, you got your motor. I mean, unless it's no wider than what this package is right now, I mean, you don't want to stick out a whole bunch more stuff down here, because it's supposed to be able to slide through the crop really nice. The big difference that I've known, especially when it comes to priming the sprayers, right here's the pump on the DTS 10, which is above the actual tanks on the DTS 10, because right there is the sump on the DTS 10. So it pulls the product down, then it's got to push it back up to the pump. The pump on this sprayer is actually right there, which is under the tank. So this thing primes really quickly. This obviously doesn't have a rear boom, but I'm sure you could fabricate something for a rear boom. Obviously, the major difference in between a DTS and an STS, which I believe STS stands for single tank system, and a dual tank system. So it has a saddle tank there and there, which makes this machine extremely well balanced. This has a lot bigger fuel tank. This thing huffs through its fuel. You can spray all day on fuel on both of them, but you gotta kind of watch this one. Both of them are one heck of a sprayers. We like them both. It'd be really darn cool to get some fat tires for this machine, make it float so it doesn't pizza cut when it's wet outside. This one's got flats or fats for it, so flats, fats, floats, oh my gosh, you know what I mean. Don't have floats for the DTS 10, we got floats for the STS 12. Oh my gosh, are you guys confused yet? Takeaway, both are good. One would beat others in other situations. Like, much rather have the STS 12 in high crop, much rather have the DTS 10 in smaller fields. We're spraying Veltima today. We liked it last year because we could spray it before VT. Sprayed a lot of it before VT this year, but with the corn, some of it getting hailed on, we had to push it, and then we had 2 weeks worth of rain delays. So now we're spraying it a little bit after that. Probably could go with something a little bit cheaper at this point, but it is what it is. See all that pollen. So if you wonder why we are applying fungicide, it's for plant health. You could ask yourself, are your plants unhealthy? No, this corn's actually really pretty darn healthy, other than the fact that they got torn up from the hail. Fungicide's really kind of a preventative deal. It's a pretty costly pass, like the cost of application, the cost of the product, because most of the time you can't make this application unless you're running a fall crop sprayer like this, and only the ones that I know on the market are the Oxbow, the Hagie, and the Miller New Hollands. Those are the only ones that I know that can get over a crop like this. Someone in the comment section is going to tell me another one. So the next question you guys might be thinking, well, why don't you wait until like the disease shows up before you spray it? Well, realistically, once the disease shows up, the damage is done. You can't really do anything about it. So you got to be proactive about it and get out there and spray your corn if you're going to want to spray your corn. If you want any more claims to why to spray your corn with fungicide, get on to a chemical company's website and read all their jargon. but that's the reason why we spray. Thing that I've noticed here is that the corn that's been hailed on just isn't as tall. It's just, I mean, I was in corn just a little bit ago and it was like, it was midway up my window here, and this stuff's really to the window. Staying on the rows is really pretty darn easy. If you saw the video where I introduced the sprayer to you guys, there's a zip tie right there that I added straight in the middle. You just put that right on the rows you want to go on and you steer. It's really easy. Well guys, it's actually about 2 weeks after I applied that fungicide. Let's go see if we can give you an update of what the corn's looking like. Caught an 1.5 inches of rain here last week, which we were actually really starting to need. Corn leaves are still really healthy looking. 3 ears, a little bit higher. Normal spacing. Oh, we're gonna fall off. 40-ish, I would say that we're gonna get to. That's a 40 by 18. Right there in that part of the field, you're probably looking at around, I would say it was a 36,000 population. You want those? So it definitely looks like we have a chance of some corn coming on. I mean, it looks healthy. We got the rain. We're cool for the rest of the week. As long as Mother Nature works with us a little bit further, we might have a corn crop here. Well, at least on this field. Thank you guys for hanging out with us down here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that tassel tickling kind of video. Worked good. I was impressed with the Hagie and how it did. Pretty easy spraying once you get used to it. Definitely be doing a whole lot more of that in the years to come. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on the way out. The new hats are on the website, and we'll see you in the next one. Go home.